My name is Jade, owner and principal planner of Joyful Events by Jade, and this is The Cookie Table. This is a podcast all about love, marriage, relationships, and the wedding industry, wedding news. Perfect for anyone that is getting married, is married, a wedding vendor, or someone that just loves weddings. Grab your favorite cookie from The Cookie Table, pour yourself a glass of Chardonnay, and let's get into it. Mia fucking Gallippi, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. So happy to be here.
Yeah, thanks for coming to The Cookie Table.
Of course. I love the name, by the way. I just wanted to say.
Right?
Love the name of that. Fits, obviously.
It feels right.
Yeah.
I'm Pittsburgh born and raised, so I needed to do something that was Pittsburgh based.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as a wedding without a cookie table here.
I know. When it's like sacrilegious when my couples don't do it. I'm just always like,
You're
okay,
like,
you don't want one?
Yeah.
Are you
weird.
sure?
Like kind of bizarre.
So weird.
I know. I agree.
You have two favorite cookies, and one
course
of
I
yours
do.
is a Lady Lock.
Well, of course I'm Italian.
I know.
I mean.
With that Gallippi last name.
Of course.
It makes so much sense. So today we have Lady Locks paired lovely
Delicious.
with Pennsylvania table wine, white wine from our friends at Greenhouse Winery. So thanks. Let's pour ourselves.
Wow. Well, let's do
Pour
it.
ourselves a glass.
I would
huh?
love a glass of wine.
I know, right?
Wow. The Lady Locks look delicious. Where are those from?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Come on. You got to shout out the bakers.
Lady Locks are from Grandview Bakery.
Oh, yes. Delicious. They're huge. They're like nice size ones.
They're massive.
I love it.
They're massive. I wasn't ready for it, but
well, now people are going to want these on their cookie table.
I know.
They're going to be like, I saw those on the podcast.
right, which I don't blame them at all. So thank you, Grandview Bakery.
Yes.
Thank you, Greenhouse Winery.
Yes.
And
Yes.
before we get into it, give me a nice little cheers.
Am I the first one on your podcast?
You
The first
are.
recording. Cheers.
Cheers. Welcome.
So happy for you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Oh, of course. That's
I
exciting.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Tell me about you. Tell me about your journey. Tell me about story
all
behind
the things.
Clicksburgh
All the
Retro
things.
Rentals.
Okay, so 4 years ago, I'm a photographer, so I started that. And I realized through photography, I fell in love with events and weddings. And I was like, I need to dive further into this, into this world. So I was like, I just didn't know what I needed. I rented some stuff out from a local company for photography reasons for a shoot. And I was like, I could do this. I could get creative in this, So TikTok, I will say, I have to give credit to TikTok. Last probably January, I saw the phones on TikTok and I was like, that's coming. I got to bring that to Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an old soul. So the audio guest book phones is what I'm referring to. And, they record messages now and they've completely reprogrammed them. And I just love the idea behind it. Like, I'm just such an old soul. So I was like, I can do this. So I started with the phones and it just kind of took off from there. And I brought my Sinatra audio guest book today because that was my first phone.
I love that.
And there's a lot of meaning behind it because me and my pap used to listen to Frank Sinatra music when I was growing up. So there are songs that I hear and I somehow know the words to, and I didn't realize I did. So it's kind of cool.
That is cool.
Yeah. So it's like very sentimental for me, and he would, I'm sure, be happy. He'd be so excited that I named all my phones after legendary singers. So to start with the Sinatra, so I figured I had to do that.
I love that. I was going to say, yes, all of your phone names are really fun. So some of your other phone names, tell me about those.
Oh gosh, so I got the Nat King Gold for Nat King Cole, Sammy Davis or Silver Davis Jr. for Sammy Davis Jr.
Perfect.
Marilyn Monroe's for our pink one.
Love that.
I had to change it up a little. Betty White's our most popular. She goes out all the time. God rest her soul, Betty White.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. What else do I have? I can't even think. The Bennett. I mean, I have it's after every actor or singer, like all the goodies, all the good ones. So yeah, it's I think that was like a really fun part for me to name them. Like I really got that's where my creativity came out. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So the first time I saw an audio guest book in Pittsburgh, I think was 2021.
Okay. Okay. So
it was one of my day of couples, which as we go through this podcast, you'll know I hate that term day of. I hate it so fucking much.
Because it's not just day.
Because it's not just a day
I
of.
agree with you.
So my package is wedding day management. So one of my wedding day management
I like
couples.
that.
I'll be honest, it's been years. I don't remember where they got it from. She was one of those people getting married, one of those brides that didn't really care what I had to say. It was a rough wedding.
Interesting. So
And
that's hard.
It was hard.
Yeah.
And she placed it somewhere that I told her, I don't think you should put it there. No one's going to go up to it. She put it way at the beginning of things. Once everyone came there, no one even knew it was there.
Interesting.
So I don't think I had a good first representation of an audio guest book. But you recently posted photos of a beautiful audio guest book. You also have stands that you can rent to go with them.
Yes, that's what we specialize in.
I love the displays.
Thank you.
Those, I want to talk all my couples into them.
Yeah.
Like if you're getting an audio guest book, display it.
Yes.
Because the displays are just beautiful and it draws people to them.
Absolutely. It helps people understand the concept more. That's what I tell everybody. It just enhances the experience, but then it doesn't look like a piece of decor on a table.
100%.
I like try to force people to book them, and I have affordable options.
Yep,
It's not,
you do.
they don't have to book the biggest option, but I think that it really helps because it'll always, we're just so behind here on trends, which I'm sure we'll talk about. And I think that people still haven't caught on yet to it, but also the older crowd, they're like, there's no way that phone records messages like
Right.
that was in our kitchen. We use that to talk about, so
funny,
I think that that's where the misconception is like, is it decor or can you actually do something with it? So
Right.
that walk-in telephone booth or that, those things really help enhance that experience and understand more what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
So how does it work then? Do you have to have a place to plug it in?
Yep. So actually, we can battery power it. So
Okay.
it's nice. Yep. So that's convenient. There's an SD card hidden in the phone.
Okay.
So when people pick up the phone, the client can put their voices on there actually for their guests, whether it's a wedding or a shower, whatever, and they can be like, "Thanks for coming to our wedding. We had having fun with you. Like catch you on the dance floor, give us some marriage advice or something like
Right.
that." And then when the guests record their message, every time they hang up, it saves it. So it's pretty cool. So I plug it in my computer right when I get home, just to get them on on a drive, and they upload and yeah, it's pretty 1, 2, 3. It's pretty simple. So.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Do you edit anything out before you send it to the couple?
I do actually.
Okay.
So we send the individual recordings, and then I actually have a team of girls now that edit our audiogram. So our
Perfect.
audiogram service is included with all our
Okay.
phones, and basically what it does is we have a photo of the newlyweds, or like I said, whoever you're celebrating, the name, the date, and the subtitles are continuously playing at the bottom. So
Okay.
it's a very enjoyable way to listen. It's like all lumped together. It could be like a 45-minute
Yeah.
thing, So it's like I always say, have a glass of wine and some popcorn and listen to your recordings, and they love that. So yeah.
What some of you might not know is, yes, Mia and other people, strangers, are listening to your audio.
You know what?
They were like, oh, just so-and-so are going to hear this.
They
It's
have
like,
no. I'm going to write a book, I decided.
Yeah, you should.
I can't make up this stuff I've heard, whether it's like sentimental. There'll be times where I'll tear up because it's so sentimental, and there'll be times where I'm like on the floor laughing because it's so inappropriate.
It's crazy.
So crazy.
I mean, it's fun, right? That's the point. But
Of
people
course.
have no idea that
No
other
idea.
people are listening to
No.
this. So I'm going to try to play one
This is great.
right now. This is a drunk gentleman. So good.
I'm nervous which one you're playing.
Hey, it is Megan Mac. All I want to do is a zoom, 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 and the boom, boom, shake your rump. Beautiful wedding, guys. I'm very proud of you both. Scott, thank God you grew up and decided to marry her before I did. Good choice on your part, because she looks fine as fuck tonight. Been looking all night. But I hope the best for the both of you. And if you ever need anything, I'm only a tiny short call away. Love you both. Bye.
Your wife's looking fine.
Yeah.
I was like,
I'm
oh my
damn.
God.
People are like unhinged, I'm telling you. They are. The other thing about the recordings is they're crystal clear, and you wouldn't think. That's a thing that people.
This is
There we go.
Okay, well, this is a drunk. Okay.
Whatever works.
So this is a drunk girl, but we're going to take a listen
Hi,
here.
this is Cook, Carly, Gooch, whatever you want to name me. I was supposed to leave a message at the beginning of the night when I was sober, but sorry. Now I'm halfway drunk. Already took a Imodium, a Lactate, and an Adderall. So here, this is what you get. Love you both so much. So happy for both of you. I'm out of breath.
She's out of breath.
Sure is.
And
She's running.
hey, Mrs. Honorado.
Talking to people in the middle of it. And you get all of this, and like that's what's so
All of it.
It's so unique. It's so different.
It is.
It's not someone just signing something. It's not a book that
Absolutely.
just sits on your shelf and
Sure.
nobody
They write the
ever
same thing.
opens again. Yeah,
Right.
they write the same thing. They say
It's
congrats.
like congrats. Yeah, well wishes.
I love it. And you have other unique pieces too that I don't think I've seen anyone else in Pittsburgh have. I
Yes.
think your concept is unique. I love that you're a small rental company. You're
Yes.
not a really big one with
Sure.
you need a huge minimum.
Right.
Like
Right.
the bigger rental, which I get they need that,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
But it offers other options.
Yes, it does. And I hand select pieces. I'll go into antique stores, and a lot of the times I actually buy stuff off brides. They'll hand make something, and that's why no one has it, because it's handmade.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, so I do have a lot of different pieces, and I really think about what I want. Like, I don't just randomly buy to buy things to add to the inventory. They're like very carefully selected.
They're really fun. You have a bow wall.
Yes, I have a bow wall.
You have a champagne flute that's life size.
Oh, yes, I do. I have a living champagne wall, too. You ring a bell, and someone's hiding behind it and serves you a glass of bubbly.
I need that, but I need it to serve me a bottle or a glass of Chardonnay.
Or a whole bottle, actually. It's fine.
Yes. Give me the model. I'll come back for another one.
I love it.
Very shortly.
Love it.
Yeah, I think it's so cute. It's fun. You have a pearl mirror too. I really like, because pearls are super in.
They're in. I try to stay on top of the trends.
You are. You're super on top of it.
Yes.
One thing that can get a little frustrating though is couples trying to sell their things themselves or rent it out themselves to get a quick buck.
It's becoming a problem
really big
in the
problem.
industry.
So tell me about that.
Yeah, so I have a good friend that has some rentals as well in the industry, and we talk about this all the time. And brides will they won't be able to sell something after their wedding's over. They'll have trouble for some reason, so they'll try to rent it.
Yeah.
And what they're doing is basically ruining it for the actual businesses. These people, you can tell they're not insured, they're not an established business,
right?
And they are renting them for dirt cheap. And it's so frustrating, because people think that, when, for instance, if someone rents something for $400, I don't fully pocket that. I have fees, I have website fees, and these people don't. And that's what frustrates me. That's why they can do that for so cheap. So they're ruining it for us businesses, and it's very frustrating.
Right. And couples don't understand that, because especially in today's market and the economy, I mean, so many of our frienders and us, we've talked about that. It's a weird year.
Yes,
it's not a
is.
great year. People aren't buying luxury. You want to even say luxury, but they're getting rid of little things. They're making cuts, and I get it. Things are hard, right?
Tough times.
So that's also hurting us as businesses. We're not making our money,
because we're not necessities like some of us. So, and that's what's frustrating. And people are DIYing a lot now too.
Yes. But we still have our overhead. Just because the year is slower doesn't mean that we still don't have to pay for our website annually. Staffing, pay for our insurance, like you said.
Insurance. I have a business van, that insurance
Oh my
alone.
gosh,
yeah, all of the things. It's frustrating when people try to, it just ruins it for us. It really does. Why is this person charging this and you're charging double? Because I'm a business. I have expenses, unfortunately. And
legitimate.
It's not all sunshine and rainbows with business, as you know.
It's not.
No.
Absolutely. Yeah, everyone, and I think part of today's technology makes everyone feel like they can run a business.
Yes. The AI.
Right? You know what I mean? So it's like, can you know? Like, why? What's supporting you? And I know AI has kind of changed expectations in the industry. Now, I will preface this as I do appreciate artificial intelligence. I do support it. I think people that fully 100% lean on it is where it's just like, well, I could tell your Instagram caption was written by AI because you didn't edit it at all. Like, it's not personal.
Yes, I use AI for some things.
Yes,
I will use it for Instagram captions. I will tell it like what I'm thinking. That will save me.
It helps
at least 20 minutes.
yeah. So it's like work smarter, not harder.
Yes,
right?
yeah.
So there's so many benefits to it, but some of the downfall is couples having really unrealistic expectations. Kind of. How has that affected you? What have you seen?
I mean, the images created by AI themselves. I mean, the visions people are having because of this AI, the Pinterest boards, it's not even like real images. And that's what's so frustrating. It's like, we're just human. Like, we're doing our best here. We're not robots. And, I wish I was a robot and could do those things, but like, I can't, and that's what's frustrating right there is the expectations are so much higher in 2024 just because of AI, I think. But like I said, I do use it too for like, if there's a difficult email I have to 100%. Send, it will help me. Or even contracts. There's a few things I've had to add in my contracts for unfortunate reasons, and it helped me, aided me in that. So there's pros and cons.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. People that overuse it, heavily rely on it. Yes. But I think that is a really big PSA to couples out there is just understand that, well, one, we've always talked about that what's on the internet isn't always real, but especially now in the world of AI, you could see a fantastic photo of something that just has never even existed at all.
And it looks pretty real, which
That's
is
what's insane about
scary.
it. It is scary.
It's very scary.
It is, but that doesn't mean you could DIY that.
Right. Like, come on, people. Like, God, you gotta give me some slack here. I'm just human.
Yeah, it doesn't mean you could DIY it, and it doesn't mean that you could try to have your wedding planner also then put it together because you have to DIY it and then screw us.
And I'm sure you see that as well.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of DIY weddings. It's a lot of people doing things themselves. And I'm a really laid back planner, so I'm happy to help you with that. I'm not the type to be like, no, I'm not taking on a DIY bride. Like, we don't do that. That's not Joyful Events by Jade. But like, there's limits to it.
There's limits. Of course there is.
And we do everything we can to get all the information out of our couples and be like, we need to fully know what that, because we're not walking in there and getting completely scred.
Right.
Because you think we have an hour to put this together.
Yeah. No, that's another thing.
We literally don't. It's crazy. It's really interesting. But we kind of touched upon how Pittsburgh's a little bit behind, which that's not a secret.
Really behind.
It's weird. I don't know why we're in this little bubble.
Still don't know why either.
It makes no sense. Is it because this place is just a bunch of Polish people like myself and my family?
No,
I don't get it.
I went to Vegas last November for the wedding MBA, by the way. Awesome. So all of you wedding vendors out there, great, beneficial experience. Anyway, so I got to meet some people from out west, and they were like, you guys are like 3 to 6 years behind. And I'm like, seriously? They were telling me that, you'll appreciate this one.
Yeah, please.
Brides are wearing jeans now to their wedding out west. Yes. I swear. Can't make it up.
I refuse to believe you. I'm just kidding. I refuse to let that happen here. Okay,
isn't that crazy? And I probably won't ever hit it here because I could see the Western hat and jean, the boots. Yeah. But like they said, it'll probably take 6 years to even get to you, like information wise, even. So I was like, that's bizarre. So that just shows you right there. You know, I'll get all my ideas from California and the South, and like, they're just so far ahead of us. That's why, but also it's a good thing and a bad thing because I'm ahead here, but it's also a bad thing because it's
we're not ready for it here.
Yeah. And like nobody gets it yet until it actually gets here. So it's like me repeating myself even with the phones. I mean, I love what I do, but I'm tired of repeating myself with the phones. Like it records messages, like get it through your It's hard. It's very frustrating to like, it's very hard when you market, you have to really almost dumb it down in a sense for people because they just don't know.
So there's a line between staying trendy and staying too far ahead in the Pittsburgh market.
Yes. I'm like, this is crazy to me. Like, why are we so behind? With everything, fashion, not just wedding things.
Yes.
It's weird.
That is strange.
Yes.
My picnic planning company, Bring Baskets, I was just talking to my partner, Brittany, about after we met at the bridal show, which we'll get into as well. We were saying that we should probably look at what California picnic companies are doing more just to stay a little ahead.
Yeah, you should.
Just to it makes the most sense. Like just every now and then go and do some research, and that's part of being a good business owner is staying ahead of the curve.
Market research.
Yes, caring about staying on that research.
Absolutely.
Just because you've been in business for how many years doesn't mean you know everything.
Yep. Absolutely.
And I think that's a lot of a problem with people that have been in business for too long. They refuse to look at other things. They refuse to bend or care or anything.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is strange.
They get set in their ways almost.
Super
like
set in their ways.
Set in their ways.
It's old people set in their ways.
Yeah.
But if you want something trendy, you can go to Clicksburgh Rentals because you have all the trends.
It's fun. It's a lot of fun. I love it, and I get so excited to be honest with you when I like find something new that I want to put out there. I'm like, it's so fun. Like, why not? It's so fun.
Yeah.
And people do appreciate it. There are some brides that they're ready. They're waiting for my next move.
I love that.
There's a lot of pressure though too with that.
So
I mean, it's like what's next, Mia? I'm like, oh gosh.
Well, I'll wait patiently. I'm excited to see it too.
Yes.
So Sunday it was really nice to see you. We were at a bridal show together.
That was really fun.
That was fun.
Yeah.
So I don't do bridal shows as a wedding planner. I haven't done them yet.
Okay.
But we get asked as Brie and Baskets, our picnic company, a lot. And we're not talking about what happened on Sunday at all. MB Bride is fantastic. Shout out to them. It was a really nice show.
Yes.
They put on
it was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
I love fashion shows.
It was so fun.
Yeah.
So they made it unique. They put on an actual fashion show. They showed like 40-something gowns.
Yeah. It was beautiful. You know what? There was probably that many. Yeah. It was a lot. It was so cool to see the different dresses.
I loved it.
Loved the styles.
Yeah.
Bridgerton all the way too.
So
There's a lot of that. Yeah.
A lot of Bridgerton. So if you're looking for a Bridgerton style dress, go to MB Bride in Greensburg.
Well, we've been getting a lot of inquiries for Bridgerton themed weddings. They're like, we want your phones, your vintage stuff. I'm like,
see, yeah.
Thank you, Netflix.
Yeah. Thank you so much to
Thank you.
Bridgerton. Shout out Netflix.
I actually went and watched the wedding. I went on there and I watched that episode because I was
just to see what
people are talking about. Yeah, see if I'm missing something, if I need to do something else. You know, my wheels are always turning, which is a good and bad thing. But you know that it's benefiting us. So thanks,
that's
Netflix.
Great.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the bridal shows and we get asked to do our picnics, which is fine. You know, Brittany and I see it as an opportunity to showcase something new. We take a bunch of photos, but I'm kind of torn on the line of, from a wedding planning point of view, like if most of them are worth it or not.
No, not for you.
I don't think they are.
I've noticed that. So are you asking if it's worth it for us?
Yeah, just even semi worth it. Because they turn into really big like vendor hangouts, I think a lot of the time.
They do.
Which is beneficial in its own sense.
Absolutely. So here's my thing. We do very well at bridal shows because I have my literal products there and they can see, touch, feel.
That's great.
Yeah, they can interact. I'll leave like, you know, clients' voicemails on the phones. I'll say, pick it up. It's from the last wedding. You know, listen to it. I did that at the fashion show, and people are like in awe because like they didn't realize that's what it did. So it's beneficial for rental companies, but for wedding planning companies or like photographers, no, it's really not, because you have to really sell yourself more than a product, and that's hard because people like want okay, they'll run to the bakeries, you know, they'll run to those, they can try samples. You guys can't really do anything like that. You can't give them a sample of wedding planning in a sense. So
no, I have talked to some colleague wedding planners, and funny enough, like I would be at one for Brie and Baskets, and I'm like, oh my God, hey, how are you doing? And they have said themselves, like, people don't get it. They see I have plates out and they think I can take a plate home and buy it. And it's just like,
Yes.
So bridal shows make sense if it's a tangible product.
Absolutely. 1000%.
Which makes sense why it's so nice to introduce our picnics, because we put
As
full fucking huge display
and you should. As you should. You should. Last, when I first started, it was literally like what launched our business was like last, like April, there was a bridal show, and people were like literally running to my booth. It was like me and the bakers because of the phones, I think too. Yeah. And it was really new at that point too. So, I would like to say we were the first to bring it here, but I'm sure there was some others that had like a random phone or two. Yeah. I think we're the first to have bring a variety of phones and specialize in it. Yeah. But I just remember people, I mean, I couldn't even like catch a break. Like I was like, I wish I would have hired someone to have with me there. I was so busy. So like my point is like they saw the product, that they could use it and listen, and they could leave messages, and they were having so much fun with it. I actually brought my walk-in telephone booth one time. Yeah. So people could literally go in there, go listen to the recording on the phone. It's just, it's worth it for rental companies for sure.
The one thing, I don't remember all bridal shows, especially smaller bridal shows, selling tickets before. But now I see a lot of them, go get your ticket, buy your ticket, so whatever. Yeah. As a vendor, we're doing it for free. Yeah. You know, we go there to get free marketing in a sense and to meet people. And a part of me feels like, again, I understand like the really big ones, and David L. Lawrence Convention Center, obviously you have to pay for that. But it's like, does it make sense to sell tickets to these things? Right. I don't know. I feel like that deters people more. I think it does. Personally.
Absolutely. Like they shouldn't be doing that.
No.
Like why? You know what I mean?
It feels a little greedy.
Yeah. Is that
the term? I mean, we don't know though. Are they paying their staff to be a part of it? Yeah, I get that. Maybe, so then they would be in a hole. Yes. But also we're also staffing ourselves. But
absolutely,
we're small companies. We're the owners. We do it, so we do it for free.
Small business. Yeah.
So we go to all these
and
things.
we hope for the best. We hope we get a booking out of it or two. You know,
exactly.
It's like I said, it's worth it for me. I've seen like I track it all. So like when someone fills out an inquiry form, they put where they found me, and that has been one of the top like 3 or 4.
That's amazing.
Ways.
That really is great. I love that. A part of me just feels like maybe venues that are hosting these things need to go back to doing it more of a collaborative effort to just all get clients versus let me also charge you $25 to come even in my door to see everybody. I think that's part of the issue.
I think it is too. 1000%.
That I'm not a huge fan of, because
people love free stuff. Okay?
People love free stuff.
They love free stuff. Yeah. Don't come if it's free.
Not that it's low key kind of annoying, but it's like we kind of.
It's I see. Yeah, I never thought about it like that actually. Yeah,
I don't know. I'm Not a huge fan.
Not
but
a fan.
whatever. You keep asking Brie about
Yeah,
to
no.
do it. I'll still fucking be
You
there.
should
You
do
know
it.
I'll be there.
Yeah. You'll be
I'm like,
there.
whatever.
Yeah, I'll put my little engagement ring marquee
Yeah.
on your setup. It'll be a whole thing.
Exactly. Which, let's talk about that. So Mia has a lovely engagement ring marquee.
Yeah,
which
beautiful.
I think is so cute.
It's cute. It's only like 3 feet tall. It's really cute.
3
yeah.
feet tall.
Yeah, 3 feet tall. It's different. Like
is.
everyone has Mr. and Mrs. and the letters and love, and I do, but nope, I got something different.
You do. And that's so much fun.
Yeah.
And Brie and Baskets, we love partnering obviously with different
you guys are the
things.
best. Yes.
The best.
Yes.
And we do a lot of engagement proposal picnics.
Yeah.
So if you want to do a fun luxury picnic, you add on this engagement ring marquee, you elevate it, but it doesn't just have to be for engagements.
Right. I think that's where the misconception's coming in at too. Like it could be showers, bachelorette parties. We did one for that. You know, it could be at a wedding.
Yeah.
Why not? It's a ring. You
Right.
know, I mean, people just for some reason I'm trying to get it away from that only proposals, you know.
Yeah. We do a lot of bachelorette picnics.
Interesting. See,
do.
that would be perfect for that.
It's
cute. It's a
absolutely
cute
perfect.
photo op. You know, it is.
Yep, because people will add on like a little custom sign to the bachelorette
Yes.
picnics. It's really fun because the people that are looking to have a Pittsburgh-based, just casual Pittsburgh
Yes.
day for a bachelorette, we have a lot of clients that are looking for that. They're like,
Yeah.
well, you know, I'm not really a huge drinker.
Yeah.
I don't really want to go away or XYZ. You have a fun-filled day in Pittsburgh.
Yes.
You make a picnic be a part of it.
Yeah.
And then
why
you
not?
decorate it up with the
I love
ring
the picnic
marquee.
idea.
Right?
For anything, really.
I think it's so
That was
much fun.
genius.
But talking about the West and things being behind.
Well, yeah. I'm sure it's a big thing out there.
it was. Yeah. And my picnic partner, Brittany, she is from,
Wow.
she's not.
Wow. She's going to be mad at you now.
Yeah, she's going to be
She's going to be like, listening, what?
So my picnic partner, Brittany, she travels a shit ton. She travels
Okay.
way more than me.
That's
and she
awesome.
was out there several
Okay.
times and she saw these picnics and she was like, hey, we should do this in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh rains a lot. So I think that's why people don't really do it. We have seen a couple other companies try to do it and they're not like posting on their Instagram anymore. They're not doing anything.
Yeah.
So
you got to keep up with that stuff.
yeah. So luxury picnics, it's fun.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's
you're
neat.
right about the rain. I didn't think about it like that.
Yeah.
We do have a weird weather system here.
The weather system make things difficult.
Yeah. And
but-
it's changing too. Like a lot of tornadoes and stuff. I'm like, what is going on?
We did not move to like we don't live here for tornadoes.
I agree.
think-
I'm like, where's this coming from?
yeah, literally.
Like, seriously.
I've always said that we're in Pittsburgh. Thank God I'm from here. Like we get nothing. We don't get hurricanes.
Yeah.
We don't get tornadoes.
Yeah. They're all coming out here. I don't know.
It's all changing.
It's changing. It's in the humidity.
scary.
It's like beach weather here now. I mean, I don't like this Florida weather. I don't. I'm not a big
No.
heat person.
No, it's really, really rough. And
is.
your job is more labor intensive because you're
I was
in
just
and
gonna
out and
say
you're
that.
loading.
So
So
when the humidity's like that, it's 10 times worse.
yeah, how's this heat wave been?
You know what? People have no idea. It's like frustrating, but I guess, you know, if you're not into it, you wouldn't know. But people have no idea the labor involved. Like my pieces are so awkward and some are heavy. Not all of them, and some are heavy. Like my photo booth, it's 75 pounds. It's a big old mirror, you know, so it's awkward. You can't drop that thing. And the heat is making it 10 times worse.
Yeah.
I mean, I am exhausted. Like Sundays, I am exhausted. I'm dehydrated. I mean, it's just a constant, like, it's horrible. It's honestly horrible. And like, people are like, why do you charge so much for you?
Well, you don't. Yeah, it's a labor intensive work.
Yes, yeah, and people think it's so easy. We just show up, drop it off, or sunshine and rainbows, and it's really not.
No.
I'm not saying that I would change anything about it, but it's just like I just wish people understood like the intensity in it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And
It's
that's why pricing is what it is.
Yes.
Because of labor.
Yes.
And we're in this really weird, I don't want to call it weird, but climate where DIYs we kind of talked about, but backyard weddings are kind of on the trend more here
and
again,
farms,
right?
farms too.
Farms.
Yeah.
But people want to be outside
Yes.
fully.
Yes.
We're getting more and more tented in my backyard weddings, or we rented this
Yes.
Airbnb and I want to get married on that.
Yeah.
Mixed with our Pittsburgh climate is getting hotter than it's ever been. How strange.
It is strange. Who
How
would have
strange.
thought?
Who
right?
would have thought? We had 3 outdoor tented weddings in June alone.
Wow. Interesting.
They
The
were
worst.
so hot.
The worst.
They were
It like
awful.
holds in the heat too.
Yeah, it was
It's
terrible.
awful. Yeah.
I mean, for couples too getting married and love the tents, love the clear top tents, your rental company will tell you this: don't get the fucking clear top
Literally,
tent.
yeah.
In the summer.
I know. In the summer.
Don't do it.
I know.
You will roast.
Yeah, you will roast.
You'll roast all your guests.
Well, another issue with us is that our photo booth is a mirror, and it's like you can't see it like outside. Like it's when it's sunny.
Yeah.
Can't see it. Can't see the stuff. So that's another thing. It's like things change with rentals. Like you can't have everything outside.
Yeah.
You know, unless it's darker.
Right. So it's things you need to talk about. You're building
Yeah.
your full venue.
Yes.
So you need extra tents for items
Yes.
like, you know, rentals
Yes.
from Mia. Like it's things that people don't think about. So
No,
I
they
don't
don't.
know. I don't think the trend of being outside is all what
No.
cracks up
What
to be.
No.
It's not. And you'll
I'll take
roast.
fall weather any day.
Please, dear God.
Can't wait.
Like,
I'm
that's
like,
why,
when's fall?
Yeah. That's why weddings are so popular in the fall. And that's why we take most of our business in the damn fall. We just like want to die.
Well, listen.
It's green.
It is busy in the fall. I'm like, but summer's getting busier now too.
It is. It is. It definitely is.
Oh yeah.
So when it comes to backyard weddings, I always say you need to get a planner, and I
Yeah.
won't get totally into that today.
Oh my gosh.
But as a wedding vendor, especially a rental company wedding vendor,
Yes.
I would just love to hear.
Oh, let me just dive right in.
Do you have any stories of either what happens from your point of view when there isn't a planner or a coordinator, or just a bad planner?
Yeah.
Which unfortunately
Hire
does
a
exist.
fucking planner.
Say it again.
Hire a fucking planner.
Say it louder.
I cannot stress. I will literally tell my couples, and I'm just a rental company. I can't imagine like the logistics with everyone else. Like let me just back up. Like,
Yeah.
it is so difficult when there's no planner involved. I lose my mind. Okay, so like, let me just give you an example. Like on a Thursday, I will plan my route. Okay, I will sit there at my house and write down things and call venues and make sure this time I can get in here and there. That takes like hours sometimes, literally, because of the logistics. And we might have like 8 weddings in a day. Well, when there's no planner, we have to rely off of the venue and the client. Now, sometimes we've had problems where the client will say it ends at 10, it actually ends at 11. So we show up an hour early. We got charged for valet before. Even though I have a business vehicle, they were having a fit about it.
They wouldn't let you.
No. Stuff like that.
That's crazy.
Logistics. Nobody knows where anything goes. No one has a layout. We show up and nobody's there. Very stressful because I am on a time system. Like I have other places to be, and it's, I know it's someone else's problem, but it's my problem. I have to figure it out. And it is so difficult. I mean, just everything. Or like, I get nervous when it's like just a banquet hall. I did one of those. I'm not sure I'll ever do it again. I showed up and nobody was there. The lights were off.
Yeah.
Like literally nobody was there because it was like the fire hall, like they run it,
Right.
And just little things like that. It is so stressful on a vendor, as a vendor standpoint. I mean, I don't even know what to say about it. It's like the worst. Like there's been times where I like almost cry because I was like, I literally am losing my mind. Like it's really hard. It just is, because some of our bigger pieces, that's when it gets worse. Like our photo booth, like we need a 10 by 10 space. We can't be out in the direct sun, like stuff like that.
Right.
And no one thinks of that.
They don't get that.
No. And some venues, I'll be honest, they don't give a shit.
They don't care.
They don't care. They don't care. They don't care. It's like just more money for them, and that's it.
Yep.
So yeah, I would say hire a planner.
Yeah.
Seriously.
When you hire a planner, you're hiring expertise.
You
which
are.
We'll talk about this all the damn time. I'll stand on a rooftop and talk about it. But it kind of goes back to everyone thinking they can do things themselves.
DIYing again.
DIYing, wanting to save money because you think you can do it.
Yeah.
But you've never ran a wedding date before. That's fine. Like, I'm so happy you're getting married and you're going to love the shit out of your day. And it's so important to want to actually enjoy the day.
Yes.
So, when you have to coordinate details that you've never coordinated ever before.
Right.
You're not going to know what to
They
coordinate.
compare it to like parties. I'm not sure why people do that. It's like
is interesting.
whole different ballgame.
It's a
like,
whole different
gosh,
ballgame.
I'm not gonna make her hair. Too much wine. I'm just kidding. Oh my god.
But it is. It's a whole different ballgame.
It is. It is.
So,
It is.
We're there to help coordinate those details with someone like Mia, because we want to make sure that your audio guest book goes somewhere where it makes sense.
Yes.
We want to make sure everything's covered and out of the sun, because we also care about our frienders, our vendor friends, and we want to make sure your products are protected and based on your standards and
some
everything.
planners don't care about that either. And I'm
Sadly.
not, listen,
It's
like
true.
it's one of those things where, okay, I'll be honest with you. Okay, you ready?
Oh my God,
Spilling the tea. Okay, no names. But I can't say that I've had more than on my right hand can count how many times a planner has reached out to me as a vendor to coordinate. I have to reach out to them.
Really?
Really. There's been a couple, of course, you good planners out there. I'm not calling you out, but there have been coordination companies. I don't know if it's a miscommunication between the client and the planner. I don't know if that's where the miscommunication is, because like the client just doesn't tell them they booked an audio guest book or whatever. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So I have to. Now I have that on my form. Of course, I want their information. Who's your planner? If you have one, what's their number? But I have to reach out. And there's been times where I'm like, oh my gosh, like a couple of days before, like I still haven't heard from them. And I'm like, I guess I got to reach out.
So at this point, you're saying there is a planner and you're still not hearing from them.
Correct. And they're like, oh yeah, I was going to call you. I don't think so.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So watch who you hire. Let me just say that. Watch who you hire. You know, I know people are trying to save money, and you know, planners can be expensive, but again, it's a service that they're really helping you and saving your butt on your day. So don't go with the cheaper option, is what I'm saying.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying that. And that's for any vendor too. You know,
Any
money
vendor.
There's a reason why there's pricing what it is.
Of course.
And when you get a planner, or we'll say day of coordinator for $500 because that's what they're shouting. Oh, I'll run your whole wedding day, but they're missing all of the details, because all of our work really goes into the pre-planning.
Yeah, it really does. And the vendors are a big part of that. We're a huge part of that. And then it's like, you know, I don't know what it is with rental companies. They don't take us seriously. Like these, I don't know why. And it's very frustrating, because it's like, I'm just as important as the photographer. I'm sorry, but I am, because the client wants this, and we're still servicing their day like everyone else.
Yeah. We're all a team.
We are.
We're all
you know what? We are a team. And I always say that. I'm like, it's for the client. Why can't we all just work together, even if we don't even like each other? And I get along with everyone. So like,
exactly.
It's hard when like people are like not communicating. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you're getting paid for nothing.
Literally. Get off your high horse and all work together.
Honest to God.
Like, that's
team,
all it is.
Team effort.
It's a team effort.
It really is. When there's crises, I've seen us like come together
and we all figure it out.
Usually. But there's, you know how it goes.
Yeah, that's how it should be. And like, that's why for my wedding day management couples, myself and my other lead planners, like we've implemented, yes, it starts 3 months out, but we'll reach out to a photographer way earlier for the timeline, because that's important.
See? Good.
But we do an intro email a month out.
Okay.
So you know there's a planner.
I know.
Even though it's day of coordination. Again, I do a quotation of day of coordination.
I like the name that you do. Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
You know, that's why I've started this. Let me do an intro email a month out, because I can't, unfortunately, it's sad, I can't rely on my couple to even say I'm part of their day. But it starts to alleviate that friction between venues and couples missing things and all of that. Hey, you tell me what you need. Let's make it happen.
Yes.
I'm here for you.
Yes.
Tell me anything in your contract. Send me your contract. I'll read over it to make sure we're not missing anything. Your audio guest book needs to be out of the sun.
Yes.
Fucking done.
Yes.
Let's find a place for it here.
Wow. Some
you know
people don't understand that.
They don't.
Thank you.
They don't. So you hire competent people and also people that care and have good relationships as in the industry. I think is so important.
Oh my gosh. You'll appreciate this one. I was on the phone yesterday with a client. It's the mom of the bride. Okay. So, you know, sometimes moms are difficult.
It's like their second wedding day. They couldn't wait to do it again.
Yeah, that's another conversation.
Please.
No, I love this mom. She's actually great. But no, she really is. She really is. But she goes, okay, you know, we need a copy of your insurance. The venue does. I'm like, sure, okay. So I'm like, I'll send that over. And she's like, okay, I'll send it to the planner. And I was like, oh, like, who's the planner? You didn't mention that. Oh, they work at the venue. I'm like, They're not planners.
You're a planner.
Oh my God. This is a misconception for you guys. That's why I wouldn't bring it up. And that's terrible, because like you guys are your own entity. Like this is someone that works with venue that probably doesn't give a shit as much as a planner does with their own business. So I was like, oh, you mean the venue coordinator?
Good job.
I did, because I was like, my mom even does that. Sorry, Mom, love you. But like she does that too. I'm like, Mom, no, those are like different things.
Yeah.
Like people just don't understand. You know, it's just, So
they don't.
Sorry for you guys. That's terrible.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Couples, if you're told you have a venue coordinator, actually understand what the fuck they do. That is a huge different conversation too, that I wish I could just talk about it all today. But
different
it's like
roles, different responsibilities.
Different responsibilities. Venues, be more clear.
Yes, venues.
What you actually do.
Maybe it's their fault.
You're selling that you have a day of planner or a day of coordinator, but again, it's really, like it's not the same.
No, gosh, no.
So these are all things that we want you as a couple that's getting married to understand what you're actually getting and what people are selling you, overselling you, incorrectly selling you.
Yes.
And things that could happen if it's all kind of messed up.
Oh my gosh, yeah, absolutely.
Mia, I appreciate it so much, this great conversation and you being a part of the cookie table.
This was so fun.
Thank you.
Seriously, I love this idea. I love the name. I think it's great. I think it's a great way to connect with vendors and other people and network. So
thank you. Thank you for being my very first guest and being
of course, I feel honored.
So wonderful. It's Mia, Clicksburgh RetroRentals.com if you want to get a hold of her.
Thank you.
Follow her IG. She's got a lot of really fucking cool pieces.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's fun. Love it.
Thank you for joining the cookie table and enjoy your lady
Time
locks.
to eat my lady locks.
Time to eat up.
I've been waiting
Cheers.
this whole time. Cheers.
Cheers, pal. Thank you.